sleep well after
Limit
it.
your screen time. All right. Back to the midterm race is something we're following here. 39 days away, and things are heating up. The Alaska's U.S. Senate race right now deadlocked between two of its Republican candidates. That's incumbent Lisa Murkowski and Republican nominee Kelly Tshibaka. And according to this new AARP survey of likely voters in the state, it is, again, a tight race here. Kelly Tshibaka joining us live here. So good to see you. Thanks so much, Kelly, for coming on. I'll show the viewers this poll, if you will, or this survey in terms of where this stands. Again, according to AARP, saying Alaska Senate race is deadlocked and a new ranked choice voting system, and their exclusive polling showing that. How confident are you? What does this survey mean? How do you feel moving forward a mere 39 days away?
Well, thank you so much for having me on the show. And this is really exciting. We actually have multiple polls now showing the exact same thing. That might be a first in U.S. history. And I'm very excited about this. This is not good news for a 21-year incumbent with millions of dollars. She spent 10 times as much as me in the primary. But we have a fantastic ground game of mobilized grassroots supporters. Almost all of my opponent's money is coming from outside Alaska, and almost all my money is coming from grassroots Alaskans, which is exactly why we have the advantage. I myself have knocked over 1,000 doors, and that's what I'm going to keep doing between now and November 8th. And that's where I think we're going to see this win happen, is changing people's minds on the spot. Remember, 1% of a vote in Alaska is about 28,000 or 2,800 votes. And so that's all we need to do to get the edge here. And that's exactly what we're going to do to win.
I just want to go back to the ABC News Washington Post poll they put out a few days ago, listing the most importance in terms of this midterm election. So the top of it is the economy. Number 2 is education. Number 3 is inflation, which you can kind of couple in with the economy, essentially the top priority. Crime is number 4, and abortion is number 5. But obviously these play different in different states, right? I'm curious to know, with the ones I've named there, and you're knocking on 1,000 doors or more, what is the main issue you're hearing from voters?
Well, a lot of the things we hear track with that poll. So what we see is people get really upset when they realize that Senator Murkowski is enabling the Biden administration. She's moved so far left. She votes 80% of the time or more with Biden. She's confirmed nearly all of his radical nominees, the ones who have killed our resource industries and shut down our jobs. Our economy is resource industry jobs. She's directly wrote the bill that caused all the inflation that we're experiencing. We have some of the highest gas prices in the United States, even though we are one of the largest gas producers in the United States, or we used to be. And that really affects us up here. And then another thing that's really important to us, you talk about public safety. We are a Second Amendment state. Even our Democrats carry guns, but Senator Murkowski helped to pass Biden's gun control legislation twice this year, including red flag laws, even though she pays to run ads saying that she supports the Second Amendment, but her actions speak louder than words. That makes a lot of Alaskans really angry. And then she supports abortion that's late term, even all the way up to the moment of birth, and that does not sync with Alaska values. And so those are some of the things that Alaskans talk about at the door that changes their minds and says she's moved way too far left for Alaska.
I wanted to play this this portion here. I know you hosted a video energy summit yesterday. For those that missed it, I'll play a portion and have you respond to that. Here's that moment.
I think that it's Senator Murkowski's job to make sure that the Democrats jump through all hoops in order to defend Alaska and America's energy independence and all of our workers. She didn't do that.
And just touch on that. How important is that to your campaign? Energy independence in Alaska, and also you're voting for on a national level in the Senate on that.
Yeah, absolutely. So in this particular case, we had Joe Biden put forward a radical environmentalist to be the Interior Secretary, Deb Haaland. And Murkowski even acknowledged that she knew that this was going to be somebody who was going to break her promises to us and hurt Alaska, but she cast the tie-breaking vote to move her out of committee. And it is Deb Haaland who has advanced Biden's energy annihilating agenda, shutting down domestic energy production. We used to be energy independent in America. Now we have to go to Venezuela, Russia, OPEC plus for our energy, draining our energy reserves here in America, and putting a lot of Alaskans out of business, costing us billions of dollars and countless jobs. And instead of going to bat for us, she went to bat for Biden. And that's the point. In Alaska, we get to decide whether we're going to have an energy or a senator who continues to stand with Joe Biden or a senator who's going to stand with Alaska. That's really the decision before us, and a decision that's before America in these midterms. Are we going to pick the people who are standing with Biden and these radical environmentalists and the special interests in the White House? Or are we going to pick people and leaders who are going to stand with America and our workers and our families that are being crushed by inflation?
Well, they're going to pick November 8th, Republican nominee for U.S. Senate in Alaska. Kelly Tshibaka joining us live. Best to you, and thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate that.
I'm at kellyforak.com if you want to learn more, and thank you.
No crooked establishment.
None of that twisting the truth. No talking down to me.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
I trust Newsmax.
Newsmax.
They don't tell me how to think.
They let
me decide.
Newsmax.
real news
For real people.